Let me share my screen. See, today we are going to discuss about creating customized Docker images. So far, we have understood the concept of Docker images. Suppose if we want to run any Docker image as a container, where we are pulling the Docker images, you know the concept of Docker image, right? Usually what we will do, we will use a command called Docker pull. We will use a command called Docker pull and the image name. Suppose if I want to pull the Jenkins image, I will give a command called Docker pull Jenkins/Jenkins. So that what happens, Jenkins/Jenkins image will be downloaded. From where it is getting downloaded? It is getting downloaded from where it is getting downloaded? It is getting downloaded from Docker Hub. Yes, it is getting downloaded from a registry or a repository, public repository or a public registry called Docker Hub. So that is fine. Now we are going to learn the concept of how to create the customized Docker images. What do you mean by customized? Customized meaning. So if you want to prepare your own images, ఇప్పుడు వరకు మనం ఆల్రెడీ ఎగ్జిస్టింగ్ ఇమేజెస్ మాత్రమే యూజ్ చేసాం. ఇప్పుడు మనం ఏం చేస్తామంటే ఎగ్జిస్టింగ్ ఇమేజ్ తీసుకొని మనకు కావాల్సినట్టుగా కూడా ఆ ఇమేజ్ మనం మాడిఫై చేయొచ్చు. ఎందుకు ఇమేజ్ ని మాడిఫై చేయాలి, అసలు కస్టమైజ్ ఎందుకు చేయాలి మన ఇమేజ్ అంటే మనం చూస్తాం. సో whenever a Docker container is deleted, you see here, whenever a Docker container is deleted, all the softwares that we have installed within the container will also be deleted. Understood, right? Suppose when we delete a Docker container, all the softwares installed within the Docker container, they also be deleted. They will also be deleted. So if we can save the container as an image, then we can preserve the software. Okay, so you'll understand this concept, why we are going to customize our Docker images. Make sure for now you try to understand that usually we are pulling Docker images. We are using the existing Docker images now. Already ఉన్న ఇమేజ్ మనం వాడుకుంటున్నాం. ఇప్పుడు ఏం చేస్తామంటే మనం అంటూ ఓన్ గా డాకర్ ఇమేజ్ ని క్రియేట్ చేయాలంటే ఎలాగో మనం నేర్చు. సో హౌ టు క్రియేట్ ఎ కస్టమైజ్డ్ డాకర్ ఇమేజెస్, మనకు కావాల్సినట్టుగా, కస్టమైజ్డ్ ఇన్ ద సెన్స్ మనకు కావాల్సినట్టుగా డాకర్ ఇమేజెస్ మనకు కావాలంటే ఎలా మనం క్రియేట్ చేసుకుంటాం మనం చూద్దాం. శాంపుల్. ఓకే, ఇఫ్ we understood this point, why we are going to preserve these images and all, ఎందుకు మనం సేవ్ చేసుకుంటున్నాం? if you want to save, or if we can save the container as an image, we can preserve the software. Try to understand these points. Whenever a Docker container is deleted, all the softwares that we have installed within the container will also be deleted. All the softwares we have installed within the container will also be deleted. Suppose if we save that container as an image, then we can preserve the software. Even if you don't understand this point, okay, please wait, you'll understand. The concept is that we are going to create our customized Docker images. First, creation of customized Docker images can be done in two ways. We can go for creating a customized Docker images in two ways. We can do it in two ways. What are the two methods we are having? One is by using Docker commit command. We can do it by using Docker commit command, and we can also do it by using Docker file. There are two methods. One is Docker commit, other one is Docker file. If you want to create your own, customized Docker images, it can be done in two ways. One is first one by using Docker commit command. First one is by using Docker commit command. Second one is by using Docker file. Okay, first one is Docker commit, second one is Docker file. Now we are going to understand what is this Docker commit. Okay, Docker commit, and we all know the meaning of this particular command, right? Docker run. What is the meaning of this command? This is Docker run command, and what we are going to run, by using which image we are going to run the container? Can you tell me? Ubuntu image. Okay, Docker run. We are going to run the Ubuntu image. Then it will become a container. What is the name of the container we are providing? Name of the container is C11. And you know the meaning of -IT. What is the purpose of -IT? Interactive
terminal.
Yes. -IT stands for interactive terminal. The purpose of IT is that we can directly interact with the terminal. Once a container is created, we can directly interact with the container by using commands. Okay. So directly we'll be connecting to the container. -IT ఇచ్చామంటే డైరెక్ట్ గా మనం C11 అనే కంటైనర్ తో మనం కనెక్ట్ అవుతాం అనమాట. So that's why we are using this command. So once we run this Ubuntu image as a container and consider C11 container is created, and we are now giving an option called -IT. -IT అని ఇచ్చామంటే interactive terminal. Now we got connected to the container. Consider we got connected to the C11 container. C11 అనే కంటైనర్ తో మనం కనెక్ట్ అయ్యాం. Then what we are doing inside the container? Inside the container, what we are doing? Inside the container, what is the purpose of apt-get update? Can anyone tell me? What is the purpose of apt-get update?
Get repository, apt repository update అవుతుంది.
Yes, we are going to update the apt repository. The meaning of apt-get update is apt repository will be updated. Then what happens? The second command you see, this is first command we are giving. Second command, apt-get install git. Just we are installing git. Try to understand where we are installing git and all. Inside the container called C11. First we are entering into the container. Called C11. Inside C11 container, we are giving two commands. One is apt-get update. Second one is apt-get install git. We are updating the apt repository and we are installing the git package. Then if we want to check, we can check by using git -version. Okay. So we are going inside a container and we are installing a software called git. We are updating the apt repository. We are installing a software called git. And now we are going to check the git version. Okay. For our purpose. Checking and all, it is for our purpose. And we can save the content as image now. Ubuntu image is different. This is the existing image. We have downloaded it. We have run that image as a container. That is fine. Now we are going to save the image with a different name. After updating the apt repository, after installing the git package, we are going to save the container as image. How we need to save? How we can save that image as a container? How we can save the container as an image? This is the command we use. Suppose if we want to save the container as an image, you need to give a command called docker commit name of the container. This is the name of the image. So you are going to create an image. Any doubt? You are going to create an image from which container? You are going to create an image from which container? C11. C11 is the
C11.
container. Yes. Docker commit. Docker commit is the command which is used to create an image from the container. Otherwise, we can call it as we are calling it as saving the container as an image. How we are going to save the container as an image? This is how, by using Docker commit. I told you that there are two methods for creating customized Docker images. It can be done in two ways, by using Docker commit command. Other one is what? By using Docker file. By using Docker file. So let me go into the AWS cloud. Let me go to the AWS cloud and let me show you. So Let me take one more instance. Okay, let me launch one more instance.
Yeah. By using Ubuntu or Linux.
I think we have created by using Amazon Linux. You can take any machine, but here you have
Sometimes
to.
it will not work.
Sorry.
Sometimes you will get some error while connecting to the server.
For Ubuntu machines.
Yes, sir. Ubuntu and Amazon Linux as well.
Yeah, usually sometimes we are getting issues while connecting to the server. That's why I told you, right? You can connect by using Git Bash terminal. You can connect by using Git Bash terminal. We have already discussed in the previous sessions, right? You can download a software called Git Bash, and you can connect by using Git Bash terminal. Okay, and I also told you that once the server is started, you can do it. You can do it from there, right? So you can. What we can do is, suppose if now I have started a service, right? Now I have started a machine. Now what can I do? What I'm doing now? I'm just giving some name to this machine. Anyhow, I have given some name to this machine. Yeah, even I have observed it. Sometimes we are getting that 21 because of some issue, the port numbers and all. It is not allowing. Maybe we are using. This is not a licensed one, right? Okay, we are not subscribed to it, and we are trying to connect as a free trial version. Maybe that's why that is also a reason. If you are facing any issues, please connect with Git Bash so that you will not face any issues. Okay. See, we have connected by using this one, EC2 instance connect, and now we are going to install Docker in it. We know how to install Docker get.docker.com. We are installing a software called get.docker.com. This is the script we are going to run. It is not supporting this distribution. Let's try with sudo yum install docker. Okay, so it is showing like Docker version is installed. Now what we are going to show you, see, we are going to run this Docker image as a container. Docker run Ubuntu image. I'm using Ubuntu image, and I'm going to run the image as container. The name I am providing to the container is C11. Okay, let me do it. I'm going to copy this and paste it inside the here. I'm going to run this. Okay, so just try to understand what we are doing. Yes, please tell me any doubts you have. What is happened? We cannot connect to the Docker daemon. Even we have seen this error previously. It is showing some issue like cannot connect to the Docker daemon. You understood, right? It is showing some error like cannot connect to the Docker daemon. So we have used a simple command called systemctl start Docker. We have just started the Docker as a service. Okay, in some operating systems, it is not expecting. In some operating systems, you don't need to start Docker. Once you install, Docker service will be started. So here, after installing Docker also, it is asking, it is showing some error, cannot connect to the Docker daemon. So what I have done, I have just searched for this error. I have just searched for this error in the Google. It is showing in Stack Overflow. You can go to the Stack Overflow for some possible solutions. Most of the solutions that is giving by the Stack Overflow, okay, that will work out for us. So please go here. I have searched for the error. Then it is showing that we can try out this systemctl start Docker. I have copied this and I have pasted over here. Then the Docker service is started. Okay. Now you can see we have downloaded the image. You can see if we want to see Docker image ls by using a command called Docker image ls. Yes. Okay. Now we will start with our actual procedure. So what is actually we are going to do? We are going to run this Docker image called Ubuntu, and I am going to download this. I'm going to run this Docker image called Ubuntu, and I'm going to run this as container called C11. So I'm just doing it. So container is connected. We got connected to the container. Now we got connected to the container. You understood the point. We have downloaded the image and it is running the image as a container. And now we got connected to the container. This is the connector. This is the container. Now we are inside the container. We are not inside the operating system. We are not at the operating system level. We are not at the operating system level. We are inside the container. You can see here. And now suppose if you want to update, I can use this command. If you want to update the repository, you can use this command. So actually this command will not works here. Why? Because this is not, let's try. I am just giving apt-get update. Yes, it is working. Okay. Apt repository. We are just updating the apt repository inside the container. Where I am doing, I am not updating the apt repository at operating system level. I am not doing it operating system level. Where I am doing, I am just doing it. I am doing it inside the container. I have gone inside the container. I am updating the apt repository. Inside the container, I am updating the apt repository. Inside the container. So what is the next command? I am going to install Git also. Where I am installing this Git, I am not installing Git in the operating system level. I am not installing Git at operating system level. I am installing Git inside the container. Inside the container, I am installing Git. Yes, Git is also getting installed. You can see here, I have updated the apt repository and I have installed the Git inside the container. Both the commands I have run inside the container, inside C11 container. Now you can check for the Git version. You can check for the Git version inside the container, whether the Git is installed or not. I'm just checking the Git software is installed or not. It is showing Git version like 2.34.1. 2.34.1 Git is installed. Git software is installed. Okay. Now, if I want to save the container, as an image, now you see the Ubuntu image, Ubuntu container is running. Now the Ubuntu container is running. Inside the Ubuntu container, I have updated the app repository. And I have installed the Git software also. Now I want to save this image. I want to customize. I have customized this image. Now I have customized this image and I want to save this image. How to save this image? To save the container as an image. Container is running and I would like to save this container as an image for the future purpose. ఈ కంటైనర్ నేను సేవ్ చేసుకోవాలనుకుంటున్నాను అనమాట. ఎందుకని ఫ్యూచర్ లో ఎప్పుడైనా ఈ కంటైనర్ మళ్ళీ నేను యూస్ చేసుకోవాలనుకుంటే yes I can do it. So for that purpose I am saving this container as an image. How to save the container as an image? I am going to use a command called docker commit. I am using a command called docker commit c11 my ubuntu. You know the meaning of docker commit. I am going to save the container as an image. For that I am using docker commit. This container I am using c11 container. And what is the image name? I am going to save this container with the image name called my ubuntu. I am going to save the image. What happened? It is showing. Yeah. See, I am doing it inside the container. I should not use this command. What is the mistake here? You understood, right? I am doing it inside the container. Where I have to give this command, docker commit c11 my ubuntu. I have to come back and I have to give this command at the operating system level. So can you tell me how to come back from the container to the operating system level? Now I am inside the container. I want to come back to the operating system level. What is the command I can use? Yeah, I can just, even you can just use exit command also. You can just give exit command also. So if you want to come back, if you want to come back to the operating system level without exiting the container, that is also fine. Without exiting the container, if you want to come back, you can use control plus p plus q. Okay, we got exited from the container. Now we are at the operating system level. Either you can use control plus p plus q, otherwise you can simply give exit command. What is the difference between them? మీరు exit command అని ఇస్తే కంటైనర్ ఆగిపోతే మీరు బయటకు వచ్చేస్తారు. లేదు కంట్రోల్ ప్లస్ p plus q ఇస్తే కంటైనర్ రన్ అవుతూనే ఉంటుంది, మీరు మీ టెర్మినల్ లోకి వస్తారు. ఓకే, సో ఐఎమ్ జస్ట్ గివింగ్ దిస్ కమాండ్ కాల్ docker commit c11 అనే కంటైనర్ ని నేను ఇమేజ్ గా స్టోర్ చేసుకోవాలనుకుంటున్నాను. యాజ్ ఆఫ్ నౌ వాట్ ఆర్ ద ఇమేజెస్ యూ అండర్స్టూడ్, రైట్? బిఫోర్ I'm just using docker commit c11 my ubuntu. I'm going to save the c11 container. I'm going to save my c11 container as an image called my ubuntu. Now if I want to see the images that are present in this system, how can I check? Docker image ls. Previously I have downloaded one image. What is the name of the image I have downloaded previously? Ubuntu. Now I have saved an image with the name called my ubuntu. You understood, right? We have customized our own image now. Already existing image ni తీసుకున్నాం, ubuntu అనే image తీసుకున్నాం. దాంట్లో మనం ఏం చేసాం చెప్పండి? What are the steps we have done? How we have customized? We have updated the app repository, and then what is the software we have installed in it? We have installed Git software in it, and I have saved that container as a image for the future purpose. So like that you can customize your own images. Let me show you one more thing. Suppose if you want to save this my ubuntu image as a container, if you want to run this my ubuntu image as a container, my ubuntu అనే image మన దగ్గర ఉంది, మీ లోకల్ మెషిన్ లో ఉంది. It is not there in the docker hub. My ubuntu is the image. This is customized by yourself. It is not there at the docker hub. It is not stored at the docker hub. Even if you want to store this at the docker hub, we can store it, but this is in our local machine. If you want to run this image as a container, you can do it. So I am running this command. Try to understand the meaning of this command. The command meaning అర్థం చేసుకోండి. docker run. What is the image name I am using? Docker run. Image name I am using is my ubuntu. I am going to give the name of the container as c22-it interactive terminal. So I am going to connect with the terminal. I am going to interact with the container called c22. Let me give this. Yes, now I got connected to the container called c22. This is a different container. Now I have run this image my ubuntu as a container. If you want to check Git version here, you can check. It will show you the version. Why? Because we have already installed the version in it. We have already installed the Git version in it. If you want to come back, you can come back. You can just give a command called exit. You can simply give a command called exit so that you will come back to the operating system level. That's fine. Let me go to the next one. So this is how we can go for, this is how we can customize our image by using Docker. This is how we can customize our image. This is how we can customize our Docker images. I told you, right? First one is using Docker commit command, but no one will use this method. Even if you want to use, you can use for simple changes and all. If you want to update one single software inside the container, yes, you can go for this particular strategy called Docker commit. But most of the times we go for Docker file. Very important thing is Docker file. Okay, even if you attend the interview on DevOps, they will definitely ask you, do you know how to write a Docker file? What are the stages in it? Okay, you know how to Docker file, how to write a Docker file, and what are the keywords we use in the Docker file? All these questions they will ask. So now we are going to learn an important thing called Docker file. So let's understand what is Docker file. Using Docker file is nothing but this is a simple text file. This is a simple text file which uses predefined keywords for creating customized Docker images. Previously, we have created customized Docker images. We can create customized Docker images by using a Docker commit command. Docker commit అనే command మనం customized Docker images ని చేసుకోవచ్చు. అలాగే డాకర్ కమిట్ కాకుండా ఇంకొక మెథడ్ ఏముందంటే మనకి యూజింగ్ డాకర్ ఫైల్. డాకర్ ఫైల్ అనే కాన్సెప్ట్ ద్వారా కూడా మనం చేయొచ్చు. డాకర్ ఫైల్ ఎక్కువ యూజ్ చేస్తారు. సో డాకర్ ఫైల్ అంటే ఏంటో చూద్దాం. డాకర్ ఫైల్ ఈజ్ ఎ సింపుల్ టెక్స్ట్ ఫైల్ which uses predefined keywords. Okay, some predefined keywords are there. It uses some predefined keywords for creating customized Docker images. What are the keywords we are going to use in the Docker file? We see. But these keywords we are using in the Docker file, they are case sensitive. We have to use like this only. Okay, some keywords are there. We are going to learn the keywords. First one, from keyword. What is the use of from keyword? You see, from is used to specify the base image. It is used to specify the base image from which the Docker file has to be created. So from is a keyword which is used to specify the base image. Now what we are going to do by using Docker file mechanism? By using Docker file also, we are going to create customized Docker images. మనకు కావాల్సినట్టుగా డాకర్ ఇమేజ్ మనం క్రియేట్ చేసుకుంటున్నాం. అయితే ఇక్కడ కొన్ని కీవర్డ్స్ యూస్ చేస్తాం. డాకర్ ఫైల్ అనేది ఒక రాస్తాం. ఆ డాకర్ ఫైల్లో మనం కొన్ని కీవర్డ్స్ యూస్ చేసి మనం ఇస్తాం, ఇన్పుట్ అనేది ఇస్తాం అనమాట. ఎలా ఇస్తామో చూద్దాం. సో లెట్ మీ షో యూ సింపుల్ డాకర్ ఫైల్. We are going to create a Docker file by taking Nginx as a base image. Okay, by taking Nginx as a base image, I am going to create a Docker file by taking the Nginx as a base image and specify the maintainer name as Vamsi. Construct an image from the Docker file. Try to understand the scenario. I am going to create a Docker file by taking the Nginx as an image name, Nginx as a base image. See, whenever you are creating a Docker file, whenever you are writing a Docker file, and whenever you are going to customize a Docker image, in Docker file రాస్తున్నారు అంటే న్యూ ఇమేజ్ మీరు క్రియేట్ చేయబోతున్నారు అంటే ఖచ్చితంగా మీకు బేస్ ఇమేజ్ అనేది ఒకటి ఉండాలి. ఆ బేస్ ఇమేజ్ ఎక్కడి నుంచి తీసుకుంటాం మనం? యూ కెన్ టేక్ దిస్ బేస్ ఇమేజ్ ఫ్రమ్ ద డాకర్ హబ్. సో క్రియేట్ ఎ డాకర్ ఫైల్. We are going to create a Docker file by taking Nginx as a base image, and we are going to specify the maintainer as Vamsi. Try to understand. So first what we are doing, this is the Docker file, these two lines, whatever the two lines that we have here, this is called Docker file. What about this one, sudo su hyphen? Usually what we will do, we will switch from normal user to the root user, right? Sudo su hyphen, this is the command we use to switch from normal user to the root user. And now we are going to save the Docker file. How to save the Docker file? This is the format we have to give, vim space Docker file, vim space Docker file. Okay, the name of the Docker file should be like a Docker file only. You should not provide any other name. The name of the Docker file should be like a Docker file only. Okay, so see, we have two keywords here. One is from keyword, other one is maintainer keyword. This is these two lines. Only these two lines represents Docker file. Only these two lines. First line is called first line. In the first line, you can observe what is the keyword we are using in the first line. What is the keyword we are using in the first line? From is the keyword we are using in the first line. What is the keyword we are using in the second line? Maintainer. Maintainer is the keyword we are using in the second line. We will try to understand what is the use of the first keyword and what is the use of the second keyword. First keyword called from. From అనే keyword ఎందుకు యూస్ చేస్తున్నాం చూడండి. It is used to specify the base image from which the Docker file has to be created. Suppose మీరు డాకర్ ఫైల్ ని ఎక్కడి నుంచి క్రియేట్ చేయాలనుకుంటున్నారు? Nginx అనే ఇమేజ్ నుంచి. ఈ Nginx అనే ఇమేజ్ ఎక్కడి నుంచి డౌన్లోడ్ అవుతుంది? From where the Nginx image will be downloaded? Docker Hub. Yeah, from Docker Hub only. So from the base image, from అనే కీవర్డ్ ఎందుకు యూస్ చేస్తారంటే మీరు ఎప్పుడైనా బేస్ ఇమేజ్ యూస్ చేస్తుంటే ఆ బేస్ ఇమేజ్ ని రిప్రజెంట్ చేయడం కోసం ఫ్రమ్ అనే కీవర్డ్ యూస్ చేస్తున్నారు. ఫ్రమ్ ఐఎమ్ గోయింగ్ టు క్రియేట్ ఎ న్యూ ఇమేజ్ ఫ్రమ్ ద బేస్ ఇమేజ్ కాల్డ్ Nginx. I'm going to create a new image from the base image called Nginx. I'm just giving the maintainer name. Maintainer is nothing but author or someone, the owner of this Docker image. Whatever it is, maintainer is nothing but some name you want to provide. Name of the owner or owner of the image, whatever it is. So maintainer name I am providing as OMC. These are the two lines just I am going to give. So to save the Docker file, I am giving :WQ. Let me show you how to save the Docker file and all. I am going to copy this one. By using VIM item, I am going to save the Docker file. VIM space. Okay. To understand how to write a Docker file, I am just saving the Docker file first. VIM space Docker file. So here you can write whatever the contents you want to give. You can provide here. I am just providing these two lines. What are the two lines I am providing? From Nginx, maintainer OMC. So I'm using a base image called Nginx. I'm giving the name of the maintainer as OMC. These are the two lines I'm executing. Okay. So to save these contents, give escape button, press escape button, :WQ. You know that, right? How to save the contents inside the VA editor. Okay. So we have opened the file. We have saved the file. Now we would like to run. You would like to run that file. You see here how to run that file. To build an image from the Docker file. We have a Docker file now. I would like to build an image from the Docker file. Docker file undi మన దగ్గర. ఇప్పుడు నేను ఆ Docker file నుంచి image build చేయాలి. Command ఏంటంటే docker build -t my Nginx. Okay, I'm just giving the name of the image. This is the name of the image I am giving. What is the base image name? Nginx. This is your customized image name. You can provide anything. There is no restriction. You can provide any image name, but we are providing my Nginx. Docker build -t. -t stands for tag. T stands for tag. Okay. Dot. I'll tell you what is the purpose of tag. But presently, as of now, you try to understand -t stands for tag. T stands for tag. What about last dot here? What is the use of dot? Dot stands for current working directory. You see here, dot stands for the current working directory. Whatever the dot we are having the last, this stands for current working directory. Okay. So now we are going to create a new image called my Nginx. Let me give this command, docker build. Hope you are getting the things. Docker build. This dot represents the current location. Docker file ekkundi ante current location lo undani cheppadaniki mana dot ane command istam. ఒకవేళ కరెంట్ లొకేషన్ లేకపోతే ఆ లొకేషన్ యొక్క పాత్ అనేది ఇస్తాం. సో ఐఎమ్ జస్ట్ రన్నింగ్ దిస్ కమాండ్ docker build -t my Nginx. Okay, docker build -t my Nginx dot. See, I'm just giving this one. First step మనం ఏం రాస్తాం డాకర్ ఫైల్ లో ఫస్ట్ ఫ్రమ్ Nginx అని రాసాం. ఫ్రమ్ Nginx అని రాయగానే ఏం జరుగుతుంది ఇక్కడ? Nginx అనే ఇమేజ్ డౌన్లోడ్ అవుతుంది. ఎక్కడి నుంచి డౌన్లోడ్ అవుతుంది? డాకర్ హబ్ నుంచి డౌన్లోడ్ అవుతుంది. సెకండ్ స్టెప్ ఏం జరుగుతుంది చూడండి, మెయింటైనర్ నేమ్ ఇచ్చాం. ఏమి ఇచ్చాం? మెయింటైనర్ OMC అని ఇచ్చాం. సో 2 steps, only 2 steps. Successfully built. We have downloaded the image. and we have given the maintainer name as Vamsi, and now it is showing that successfully image is built. You can see the image now. You can see the images now. Previously, what are the images we are having? Previously, what were the images we are having? Now, what is the image we are having? Docker image ls. See, we don't have an image called MyNginx, right? We have downloaded the image called Nginx, but we don't have the image called MyNginx. Now we have created an image called MyNginx. My Ubuntu is the customized image. MyNginx is also the customized image. Like that, we see some other examples. You see, whenever you see the second example, okay, second example. This is one Docker file. How many keywords we have here? Can you see and tell me? Can you check and tell me how many keywords we have here? From is one keyword. Maintainer is another keyword. CMD is another keyword. Okay, can you tell me what are the three keywords here? From is one keyword. Maintain is another keyword. CMD is another keyword. Three keywords are there. You know the purpose of first keyword from? Do you know the purpose of first keyword from? From is used for what? To specify the base image. Base image, CentOS. ఇక్కడ ఇచ్చే image ఎక్కడి నుంచి డౌన్లోడ్ అవుతుందని చెప్తున్నాం మనం. This is the base image. This image will get downloaded from
Docker Hub.
Docker Hub. What is the maintainer name? You can provide any name. You can provide the name of the organization. You can provide the name of the person, owner. Okay, whoever is the owner of the Docker image, you can provide. That can be either name of the organization, name of the person. You can provide something here. One more keyword we are using here, that is called CMD keyword. We are using one more keyword here, that is called CMD keyword. What is the purpose of CMD keyword? We'll see here. What is the purpose of CMD keyword? CMD is used to specify initial command that should be executed whenever the container starts. ఈ CMD అని ఇచ్చి మనం ఏదైనా ఇచ్చామంటే ఎప్పుడు జరుగుతుంది ఇది? దిస్ షుడ్ బి ఎగ్జిక్యూటెడ్ వెన్ ఎవర్ ద కంటైనర్ స్టార్ట్స్. ఎప్పుడు జరుగుతుంది అంటే ఈ కమాండ్ CMD లో మనం ఏదైనా ఇస్తే, CMD కీవర్డ్ ఇచ్చి అక్కడ ఏదైనా మనం ఇచ్చామంటే అప్పుడు ఎప్పుడు జరుగుతుంది అంటే అది దిస్ షుడ్ బి ఎగ్జిక్యూటెడ్ వెన్ ఎవర్ ద కంటైనర్ స్టార్ట్స్. సో మనం ఏమి ఇచ్చాం ఇక్కడ? మనం ఏమి ఇచ్చాం? CMD. సపోజ్ ఫైల్ డాకర్ ఫైల్లో మీరు చూస్తే, డాకర్ ఫైల్లో మనం చూస్తే CMD డేట్ అని ఇచ్చాం. సో డేట్ కమాండ్ అనేది ఎగ్జిక్యూట్, డేట్ కమాండ్ ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ అవుతుంది. ఎప్పుడు డేట్ కమాండ్ ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ అవుతుంది? వెన్ ఎవర్ ద కంటైనర్ స్టార్ట్స్, డేట్ కమాండ్ విల్ బి ఎగ్జిక్యూటెడ్. సో CMD అనే కీవర్డ్ మెన్షన్ చేసి మనం అక్కడ పక్కన ఏదైనా ఇచ్చామంటే దాని మీనింగ్ ఏంటంటే ఆ కమాండ్ ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ అవుతుంది. ఎప్పుడు ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ అవ్వాలని చెప్తున్నాం? వెన్ ఎవర్ ద కంటైనర్ స్టార్ట్స్, దట్ కమాండ్ షుడ్ బి ఎగ్జిక్యూటెడ్. So whenever we are using CMD keyword, please remember this command will be executed once the container is started. So I'm just going to save this content. I'm again going to save the file. Okay, I'm going to save this file. I'm going to save this file. Okay, with the same name, I'm going to save this file. We have already saved the file with the name called VIM space Docker file. I am editing the contents. VIM space Docker file. So I'm removing these contents. Okay, I'm giving escape. I'm removing these contents. So now I'm giving the fresh contents here from CentOS, maintainer, logic labs, CMD date command. I'm providing these things. How to save the contents? Escape, shift : WQ. So how to run this one? How to run this Docker file? Can anyone tell me how to run this? How to run this Docker file? We have saved the Docker file. How to run this Docker file? Docker build -t. Then what is the name of the image we can provide now? We can provide any name. We can provide any customized. Now I'm going to provide my CentOS. I'm going to provide the name as my CentOS. Understood the logic, right? So Docker build, I'm going to build the Docker from the existing one. I'm going to build the Docker file. So Docker file build చేయాలంటే మనం యూస్ చేయాల్సిన కమాండ్ Docker build -t tag name. అంటే మనం ఈ డాకర్ ఫైల్ మీరు రన్ చేస్తున్నారు, బిల్డ్ చేసిన తర్వాత మీకు ఒక ఇమేజ్ వస్తుంది. ఆ ఇమేజ్ పేరు ఇస్తున్నాం మనం అంతే. వీఆర్ జస్ట్ ట్యాగింగ్ దిస్ ఇమేజ్ నేమ్ మై CentOS అనే ఇమేజ్ పేరుతో సేవ్ అవ్వాలని చెప్పి ఇస్తున్నాం. డాట్ represents what? Any idea? And dot symbol, dot represents what? Dot represents current location. Always you see dot represents current location only. Dot represents current location only. I'm just executing this command. First step from keyword send to OS. It is just getting downloaded. Sent image is getting downloaded from Docker Hub. Second step. Can you see second step? Maintainer Logic Labs. Just giving the name of the maintainer. Third step. We have just provided CMD keyword. CMD keyword ఎప్పుడు రన్ అవుతుందని చెప్పాను. ఎప్పుడు మనకి ఇక్కడే అవుట్పుట్ ఇక్కడేం కనిపించదు. మనకి అవుట్పుట్ ఇక్కడేం కనిపించదు. ఇమేజ్ బిల్డ్ అయ్యేటప్పుడు ఇమేజ్ మనకు అవుట్పుట్ ఏం కనిపించదు CMD ద్వారా. CMD అని ఇచ్చినప్పుడు ఇమేజ్ లో మనకు అవుట్పుట్ ఎప్పుడు కనిపిస్తుంది అని చెప్పాము. whenever you run that image. Suppose if I run that image as a container, how to run that image? Docker run -it my CentOS. I'm going to run that image. Docker run -it my CentOS. Can you see here, once the Docker container is started, once this container is my CentOS container is started, what is the first command it is showing? Can you able to say what is the first command it is printing? What is the command it is printing? I'm just running this container, Docker run -it my CentOS.
Date.
It is printing date, you see. Okay, it is getting date is getting printed. You understood the point, right? So that is how we are going. We will. So date command. We need to understand what is the purpose of CMD. CMD is a keyword. So when this whatever the input you are giving for the CMD keyword ఇచ్చి దాని తర్వాత మీరు ఏది ఇచ్చినా సరే అది ఎప్పుడు ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ అవుతుందంటే whenever you start that as a container, అది కంటైనర్ గా స్టార్ట్ చేసినప్పుడు ఫస్ట్ ప్రింట్ అయ్యేది ఏదంటే ఈ CMD దగ్గర మీరు ఏదైతే ఇచ్చుంటారో అది ప్రింట్ అవుతుంది అని చెప్తున్నాం. ఓకే, you can see here one more thing. In one Docker file we can have one CMD instruction. If we give two CMD instructions, it executes the latest one. మీరు మల్టిపుల్ CMD ఇన్స్ట్రక్షన్స్ ఇచ్చారనుకోండి, ఒక CMD దగ్గర CMD కీవర్డ్ ఇచ్చి డేట్ ప్రింట్ చేయమన్నారు, ఇంకొక CMD కీవర్డ్ ఇచ్చి ls-la. మీకు తెలుసు ls అంటే ఏందో. ls కమాండ్ యూస్ ఫర్ టు డిస్ప్లే. వాట్ ద పర్పస్ ఆఫ్ ls కమాండ్? List of files. -la stands for long list. It will display the files with long list, like it will display the files with file permissions and all. Okay, that is the purpose. So I am going to give this command now. Multiple CMD commands is now, multiple CMD keywords is now, not command, multiple CMD keywords is now. So for that we need to edit the image. What is the image we are having? vi space Docker file. I am editing the image. I'm removing all these things. Okay, I'm giving the new file which I've copied from there. You see multiple CMD commands I have provided. Escape, Shift:\WQ. I'm going to run the file Docker run -it my CentOS. I'm going to run the container. Sorry, what happens? Yeah. So what is the, you understood, right? Suppose in multiple CMD, if we give multiple CMD instructions, it executes the latest one only. So it has to print the latest one. What is the latest one here? ls-la, right? ls-la. So we need to build that image. We need to build that image with a different image name. Why? Because already my CentOS an image undi. We need to build that with a different name. Let me build with a different name. Let me edit that file once again. Okay, I'm saving this. So Docker build -t my CentOS 1. Okay, now I am going to run the my CentOS image one, my CentOS 1. Now I am going to run this my CentOS image. You can see the output. What is the latest CMD we have provided? ls-la. The latest CMD is ls-la. That's why it is printing. Whenever I provide this Docker run -it my CentOS 1, it is displaying all the files, all the hidden files as well as normal files. Hidden files చూపిస్తుంది, normal files చూపిస్తుంది, but అన్నిటికీ file permissions కూడా చూపిస్తుంది. చూడండి, these are the file permissions it is showing. That is the use of ls-la command. You already know that. Okay, so this is how we are going to we can use CMD command, and one more was not CMD command, that is CMD keyword. Okay. So we understood 3 keywords, how to use 3 keywords: from keyword, maintainer keyword, CMD keyword, and one more command where one more keyword we are going to learn. Try to understand this particular Docker file. From keyword, maintainer keyword, we know, we already understood, and now we are going to understand about run keyword. What is the purpose of run keyword? If you want to update the app repository, see, we are using an Ubuntu image. We are using Ubuntu image. We know why we are using maintainer. This is to provide name of the organization or name of the owner. And I'm using run keyword. Run keyword is mainly for, you see here, we have a documentation. Run keyword is mainly for what? It is used for running Linux commands within the container. If you want to run Linux commands within the container, we can go for run. It is used for running Linux commands within the container. What is the purpose of run keyword? Used for running Linux commands within the container. It is generally helpful for installing the softwares inside the container. If you want to install any softwares inside the container లోపల మీరు ఏదైనా సాఫ్ట్వేర్ ఇన్స్టాల్ చేయాలనుకుంటే, so it will be useful. It will be useful. Okay, if you want to run any Linux commands within the container, it will be useful. Run keyword will be useful. Let's try. So try to understanding here what is the purpose of run. I'm going to run some Linux command. That's why I'm specifying the run keyword, and I'm using this app-get update. Again, one more time I'm using run. Okay, so I'm using one more command called app-get install -y git. So I'm going to copy this file. Sorry, let me open the Docker file. Then I'm going to give this contents. Okay, bring the Docker file, editing the Docker file, removing all these existing contents. I'm giving a new Docker file here. Escape, Shift:/WQ. So now I'm
the Docker file, like just is there any way, or just we need to place the cursor and paste the command?
Sorry, Salma, can you repeat?
Here we are editing the Docker file, right, sir?
Yes.
So for that, do you have any shortcut, or just we need to place the cursor and
we
paste?
are copying there. We are copying from there and we are just pasting it. No shortcuts. No shortcut keys we are using. With mouse we are just clicking right click. Okay, what we are doing, we are copying the contents from here. Okay, we are copying the contents from here. We are going here and we are editing the file. vi space docker file. We are editing this file, and you can use backspace. You can give insert command. First give insert command. To remove the contents, I'm using backspace. Once I use backspace, all the existing contents will be removed. So now the cursor is at the starting position, right? So now here with the mouse, you can give a right click and you can paste. Understood? That's it.
Yes.
So you can save the contents by using WQ, Shift:/WQ, enter. Then if you want to run the file, if you want to run the image as a container, we have docker build -t myubuntu dot. Okay, docker build -t myubuntu dot. So I think myubuntu is already there. So try to understand the difference between CMD and run. CMD will run whenever the container starts. Run command will be executed whenever the image is executed. When the CMD will start, CMD will run whenever the container starts. CMD will run when the container starts. Run will executed when the image is created, whenever the image is created. Okay, so try to understand the difference. They will ask you. Okay, definitely they'll ask what is the difference between CMD keyword and run keyword. So here 3 steps. What are the steps we are giving? What are the steps we are giving? First step, base image we are using. Second, maintainer. Third one, we are updating the app repository. What is the fourth step? We are installing Git. Okay, updating the app repository. Fourth step, we are installing Git. That's it. So once after installing all these things, still it is updating, I think. So once it is done, then we can go for image. It will show that image is built successfully. If you want to see the if you want to see the image, you can see the Docker image. Otherwise, if you want to go inside the container, you can provide by using this. You can enter into the container by using this command called docker run -it myOpenTo. So we are now inside the container. If you want to check whether the Git is installed or not, we can check by using git --- version. So Git is already installed in that particular Ubuntu image. Okay. So this is how we can use run keyword. Okay. You understood, right? From keyword, maintainer keyword, run keyword, right? Run keyword is basically for running any Linux commands. If you run this Linux command, what happens? Apt repository will get updated. If you run this Linux commands, what happened? Okay, Git software will be installed. So I'll continue from tomorrow. Any doubts you have, please. So this is how we can customize the Docker images. So tomorrow maybe we'll start this Kachi busting topic, Kachi busting in the Docker. So once it is done, then we are good. We will start some other topic, whether it could be Kubernetes. Maybe we'll start Kubernetes from tomorrow. Any other doubts you have, please step in. Thank you. We'll meet tomorrow for the next session.